I hate you.
But I love being a turd L. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Achievement Hunting 101.
Brother.
I'm FuFuCuddilyPoof, and this is level 142.
Brother.
Joining me tonight, brother, is brother Corey. Brother.
Yeah, fella. How you doing?
Also is Nate. Brother.
Amigo.
And L. Brother.
I am so embarrassed right now.
You should. I
Who
don't
is
know
this
wrestling.
Hermano?
I don't know wrestling. You guys told me to add brother a lot to end everything, and I did that.
First
I
of
don't
all,
feel like
there was
the
like some
spirit,
WrestleMania
the fire
thing.
wasn't there.
I don't know wrestling.
coming on here and just talking like a wrestler, who does that? That's just so lame, immature, unprofessional. Brother.
How is WrestleMania, L? I actually am curious on how it is.
Well, the good news is that it's the first show in a year that had fans back. The bad news is it was WWE.
I don't know.
It was
how to
fun.
take that.
It was fun. It's fine.
I thought it got ringed out.
There was the first ever WrestleMania rain delay.
Was it outside?
Oh, that's right. It was.
It's always
Well,
been
it'd be weird if
outside.
it was
Actually,
inside.
they've gotten very lucky. There's even been 2 shows in New York, New Jersey area that we've had good
Like
weather
since
for.
since forever, it's been outside.
No, in the last 15 years or so.
Well, okay.
The fact that it got rained out once in 15 years is pretty good.
They do. They put them in football stadiums now, so you can get a lot of people.
Didn't you go to the last WrestleMania?
Yeah, I went 2 years ago. Yes, last year's had 0 fans. It was right after the pandemic hit.
See, I watch random videos of wrestling, and I just don't.
That's
I
probably a
don't
different
get the
kind of
attraction.
wrestling.
Does it involve Jello?
Does it involve a tissue box nearby?
All right, that's
pay
the
for
way
the
to get
first
out
5
of this
minutes?
conversation.
Because you cry
I'm not
after-
going to continue with this.
I'm just saying because you have to cry sometimes after it's over.
This is getting dangerous to have to edit all this out territory. So, yeah, let's go on to the game showcase.
Wait a minute. There's games?
Hermano.
There's always games. That'd be weird to have a video game podcast and not talk about video games.
Really?
Really, really. Corey, what have you been playing?
Brother.
Yeah, brother.
Oh
Brother
my goodness.
myself has been playing Brother Gato Roboto. Yeah, Gato Roboto.
Say Gato.
leaving Game Pass on the 16th, right?
Gato
That's
Roboto,
this
Mr. Roboto.
the day after this podcast comes out. So if you are just wanting to start it, good luck. It says 5 to 6 hours on TA. I don't know if I would trust that. It would probably take you longer.
Just don't suck, and you should be able to get it.
So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure, like, you have to complete the game 100%, right? To get some achievements. You have to complete. You have to do it something out of order. Common sequence breaking things in Metroidvania games. That will probably be another playthrough. It's something you probably will not do on your first attempt, and you will likely not be fast enough when you do that to complete the speed run, because you have to do that in under an hour. So you're already looking at 2.5 playthroughs at a minimum. And like I said, the 100% playthrough I think took me over 6 hours. And once I got before I got to the point of no return, because there is a point of no return, I checked out some maps to get the rest of my collectibles. Not super necessary, because the in-game map system is pretty self-explanatory to say what room you've been in, and if you've been in a room, you've probably picked up the collectible. There's nothing hidden behind a wall necessarily that you may have went into the room, marked it as found, and then not saw the collectible. So that's nothing to worry about. But yeah, so 5 to 6 hours is probably a little low on the estimate if you were to ask me. just because the 100% playthrough took that long. And when you're attempting the speed run, it can be a tight speed run. I've seen people say that they're within 5 to 6 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Doing it normally, right? Playing the game as quick as you can in the normal mode, and some slight spoilers, nothing with story, but slight spoilers in like how the game's laid out, right? You have like a starting section, like a hub section, 3 subsections of that hub, and then like the last section onto the final boss, right? And if I number them like left to right, like 1, 2, and 3, you're probably going like that's the order that you would probably do them in on your blind playthrough. You're going to go 1, then 2, then 3. The sequence break method has you do number 2 first, and the speed run has, depending on what you do, you can do 1, 2, 3, or a different order. If you follow the super speed run, which is a video of the at one time world record, the guy completes it in 20 minutes. He does it in the normal order, and I would be really impressed by anybody who could follow that the very first time and get through the game without issues. I had to attempt this 3 to 4 times. And that's because this speed run in particular requires 2 exploits, 2 glitches. One is, first of all, you're a cat and you have a mech suit, right? And the mech suit gets abilities. There's your Metroidvania upgrades. And that mech suit can't go in water, and there are water sections of the game. There's a glitch, an exploit that you can do, a specific button press to get that mech in the water and make some sections very trivial. And it actually lets you complete one section completely backwards, which is much faster than doing it normal. There is another glitch that happens on save points where you have to do a frame perfect button press in order to basically make the mech as small as your cat body. So that gives you all the mech powers, but lets you access the areas that only the cat can normally access. And so that is essential for this run to be as quick as 20 minutes. Like I said, if you divide the game into sections like 1, 2, and 3, if you have this small mech, which is used for a good portion of it, any room that has bosses and like arena rooms where you have to kill all the enemies, they typically don't trigger until you get out of that small mech glitch, which if you get out of the mech, which you can do at any time, or exit the game and come back, you're out of it. You have to re-enable it. If you don't have to fight any bosses in the first, I think the first 3 bosses you can skip. One of the bosses gives you the mech. No, it's not cheating. It's
sequence
being efficient. Well, not even sequence breaking. You're just bypassing the bosses. I don't know why they don't come out when you're in this small mech mode, but they don't. The one boss that you do face, you're not supposed to have the mech, so it makes the boss fight super easy. And then the final boss, he explained, it's one of the most well done videos for a speedrun that I've seen. He does an excellent job at actually talking about what he's doing. Although some of the maneuvers he's doing them really fast, and it's like, how did he do this jump? But playing around, you'll eventually get it. Anyways, you do all that, and you can kind of beat the game pretty fast. I got mine in, I think I did it in 38 minutes. But again, that was my 3rd or 4th playthrough. The first time I got to a section and I made a crucial mistake, and I couldn't do the section fast. I had to go through it normally. And I got to like the last section of the game, and I was about to hit that hour mark, and I said, whatever, screw it. Let me go ahead and beat the game, because you have to beat it as well without getting health upgrades. And I didn't do that on my 100% run, obviously. And I wanted practice on the last section. So I went ahead and I did that, and I got that achievement. And then I think I did it 2 more times before I finally got the speedrun achievement. And one of those times, again, a crucial mistake that I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to get past. But it did give me more practice, and it made the last one fairly smooth in order to complete. And so that's what I finally did with Gato Roboto. It's very good TA because of the Game Passness, although a lot of people are completing it, so it is dropping slightly, still over a 3 ratio right now. It is a very good game as far as Metroidvanias goes, and the devs have called it a Meowtroidvania. It's very Metroid-like. Don't ask me how I know, L. And
How do you know?
And yeah, somebody on the internet said I've never played Metroid. So yeah, it was a good game, and it's only $8. It is leaving Game Pass, so if it interests you, I mean, I would recommend it for Metroidvania fans. It won't stick around too long. You're gonna experience everything that the game has to offer, pretty much, and I think it provides just enough challenge.
Question.
Yeah.
So I know we tried this back in July of 2019 when we did Aftercharge. But does anybody know if the leave your Xbox on indefinitely and you won't get kicked out thing still works with Game Pass?
It's hit or miss. Because I did that with
Going Under.
Going Under. Yes, thank you. Going Under is the last one that I tried that for, and I think it worked because I think I was still able to complete it because of that reason. Not every game is like that. Some games kick you out.
I think it depends on when they hit the button and when it gets to your console or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about this one, there is a PC version. It's also on Game Pass, but it's not Play Anywhere, so it didn't give you any achievements, which is kind of sad. But then again, I'm fine with there not being a thing called stacks anymore. It gets kind of exhausting when you're going for a certain genre and you have to play a game twice. Even if it's a good game, sometimes it's just like, I don't know. Anyways, it's a very good game for what it's trying to accomplish. I kind of really dug the minimalistic style. It's black and white the entire time. The collectibles that you pick up actually give color to the game, in the sense that it's a filter. So it could be like a green, like a Game Boy filter, or there's a yellow one, and they call it the urine filter.
I was going to ask if you use the urine filter.
I used no filters. I didn't even they give you a glimpse of it when you collect it, and I didn't use any of them. I stuck on the black and white. I like the minimalistic part and the contrast it gave.
I found the blue and white one, I can't remember what it was called, to be my favorite. Like, it was nice and relaxing, which was nice.
Interesting. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have played around with those more, but I had to focus and buckle down. One thing that I didn't mention is on the speed run. This game will keep counting when you pause, and when you die, it will send you back to like a save point, and like the timer doesn't reset. So if you die on the speedrun mode, be quick and dashboard out and just start the game back up, and you'll get that time back. Or if you happen to do a section and you're not too happy with it, right before you hit that save point, quit out, do it again until you are happy with it, is a kind of a way to cheese the speedrun in a way. But I think it will still be pretty tight. Even though I got under 40 minutes, I had still had 20 minutes of extra time. I did use the method that required glitches, and I probably spent 40 minutes learning that frame perfect trick to get my mech anywhere I wanted. And even then, it will take you several attempts. And the problem with that one is it occurs on a save point. So it's not like you can try it for 5 minutes and like, if it doesn't happen, reload, because every time you're doing it, you're saving the game. So it's you kind of have to get a little bit good at it. And I did get to the point where I could pretty much do it on command from 1 to 5 tries, which is good. You could do that in 10 seconds or so. So yeah, it took some time. It definitely took longer than the 40 minutes that the run took me, with all the runs combined and the learning of the glitches and stuff. I bet I spent at least 3 to 4 hours on the speedrun alone. And some of that was watching the guide. One thing I did on Journey to the Savage Planet, which I tried to do here, was watch the guide from save point to save point. The only problem with this game, Gato Roboto, is that, like I said, some of these places require this exploit. And if you exit to the menu and you come back, you have to do that again. And in some cases, depending on where you saved and you quit out, you can't get out of your mech, so you can't do the glitch anymore. That's where I made one crucial mistake. So you got to be really careful about that. So I had to watch. I got really familiar with this video. Luckily, it was only 20-minute speed run. But yeah,
link that video. Send me the link to that video, and I'll try to remember to post it in the show notes for anybody that
it's
is
in
interested.
It's in the TA solution for the speed run. It's one of two. I think the other one's like no glitch speed run that takes like 50 something minutes. But yeah, I'll send you the link and you can add it to the show notes.
Cool.
Now, does dashboarding pause the timer?
Pause. I see what you did there.
No. Somebody said that with the series console, you could do that quick resume thing, but I don't have that to test it necessarily. But it for me, it keeps going because the game's still in kind of play.
Gotcha.
Hey, Corey.
Hey, L.
What does gato mean?
Gimme. I don't know. What does it mean? I'm totally not Googling the Gato definition.
Trying the Japanese.
Oh, of course. It is the Argentine composition in lively 3/4 time for singing and dancing. Duh.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that's,
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's
It's
totally what drives the
also-
mech. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gato. Hermano.
Gato hermano.
Roboto.
Mr. Roboto.
I'm really not seeing anything that would
It's
give
cat.
me.
It means cat.
It means cat.
Does it really?
I had a feeling.
I guess that makes sense. Like cat
you
cat
play as a
robot.
cat?
Exactly. Yes.
Go to like a Google Translate, change it from Japanese to English, and put in gato.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Does that have to do with the cat?
It means thanks. Gato means thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, but
So
wouldn't
wait
it
a
mean thank
minute.
you cat much?
So do you get 9 lives in that game?
You get
Infinite lives.
Oh, not Japanese, Spanish.
actually when you're in your mech suit, you get like 6 hit points, and you can make that go up with getting the collectibles for health upgrades. But when you're in cat form, you get 1 hit.
Oh, it's 6 hits without the health?
When you're in the suit,
Right.
without suit, it's 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. With the, the cat is very delicate.
Oh, what have you been playing?
Did you decide to throw it to me right? Meow.
Meow.
And that's another movie that he always says, brags about not having seen.
What movie is that?
Wait, you haven't seen that? I thought you have.
He
What
always
movie?
brags about not exactly.
Super Trooper?
Yes.
I've played it in the background before. I know there has to do with syrup.
I call shenanigans on you.
Damn it, I wanted to say it. I wanted to say it.
That's shenanigans.
What have you been playing, Al?
Oh, right.
I know you haven't been playing Super Troopers.
If they made a game of that, I would probably not play it. All right. Well, a game that I played a lot of the end of last year and finally picked it back up to complete is Back to the Future, the game. Now this, I remember talking about it briefly, but I finally finished it. I wanted to give my thoughts. It came out in October 2015, and it became Games with Gold December 2017. So because of that, a lot of people on TA have it. And for some
Hold on,
reason,
which version? I'm trying
the
to figure out
Xbox
if I have
One
this
version.
game. Okay.
You should.
73,900 people started it, and 10,000 got the real completion on it.
Wow.
Which is a shame because,
I would have expected a lot more than that.
well, the game has a lot of missable achievements. So unless you're using a guide, you're probably going to miss a lot of them because some of them are very obscure and involve you to do something, solve the puzzle in a certain amount of tries.
Oh, I thought that was like the Batman ones where it's like basically just complete the game and you have all the achievements.
No, it's exactly not like that. So you only get all
This
the
is a
achievements.
very
Okay, well,
different
that makes
Telltale
more
game, I
sense.
think.
So the gist of it is it's a completely original story based on Back to the Future. You have Christopher Lloyd as the voice actor of Doc Brown. The guy who plays Marty McFly sounds just like Michael J. Fox. And Michael J. Fox himself has a cameo as one of the other characters in the game. Yeah, so I really enjoy these old Telltale games, maybe even more than the other ones. So, because you don't feel as overwhelmed. But I do get that sense of, what's the word? Can you say OCD? It's got to be a nicer way to say it. Anal? No, that's probably not a nicer way to say it.
What are you trying to say?
Where you want to.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
When you see one choice, but you are curious about how the other choice would have been in a Telltale game.
Indecisive is what they call it.
Oh, very indecisive. So, for example, in the beginning of the game, one of the characters will ask you what your name is, and there's 3 choices. So I went with Michael Corleone, which is another reference some of you won't get. So throughout the entire game up until the end, when they talk to you, they will call you Michael Corleone, or Mike, or some form of that. I love that kind of stuff. All of the callbacks and the throwbacks to decisions you made earlier in the game come back at the end. So I thought it was a very well done game. There is a walkthrough that was very well done. And I do recommend it if you don't want to do multiple playthroughs because, like I said earlier, there was a lot of missable achievement. Anybody who has this game...
How faithful to it is it to the movie?
It's perfect. It's got all the locations from the movie. It's got all the characters.
What I mean is, like, if you watch a movie, have you basically just played the game and vice versa?
No. It's not based on it. It's an original story.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
But it's got all the characters and a lot of Easter eggs and references to the movies. So if you pick this up on Games with Gold and haven't played it, I recommend it. Oh, one thing. So like towards the end of the game, even the story-related progression achievements are all rare. So every achievement at the end is a rare pop. So it's fun. Just for that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so the walkthrough has a section called Missable Achievements. If you want to not follow it word for word, you could just use this for just the missable ones. So this, like I said, just very well done. So I recommend it if you've had it sitting in your backlog. Don't let the fact that it's got missables turn you off. It's really not that bad to do. And of course, there's 5 different chapters, and with the chapter select, the 5 episodes.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah.
Well, chapter select, then it makes it much easier.
It's a little easy.
So let me guess, you played this with like 4 other people, and you're each making choices and telling each other what's going on.
As a matter of fact, I played this one all by my lonesome.
What?
I know. I played it. I didn't even have my wife watching me. I did it all by myself.
It's true. I interrupted him during the final cutscene.
He did yesterday.
Wow.
Luckily, you could just pause it. Oh, yeah. One other complaint I had is like I said, I like to talk to the people more than once, and sometimes they'll say a different thing. But if they happen to say the same bit of dialogue again, you can't hit A to skip it. So that's really annoying.
Ugh.
Yeah. But a lot of times, if you talk to the same person more than once, they'll say a second thing. Stuff like that, which I always enjoy. The attention to detail is...
So you literally exhaust every...
I try.
Conversation piece, don't you?
I do try. There is a stack
That's
for the
getting your money's
360.
worth.
I imagine it's not available in the digital market.
It's not.
I would consider playing it again. Maybe pick some
now
different
when you play
choices.
it again, if you played it again,
yeah,
you would just blaze through it, right? You wouldn't put yourself through that.
I don't
think you can blaze through it.
Well, as fast as you could by not going back.
You can blaze through it. So like, if you just follow the walkthrough, you can just do what they say to do, as opposed to talking with Doc and there's 18 different dialogue things and have a conversation with him, which is the stuff of the game I actually enjoyed the most. Not the actual puzzle solving, but just the characters and the world and the dialogue. So that was an actual good game I played.
So
Do you
what does
guys
that
want to
mean?
hear?
What-
Well, I'm glad you asked. Has anybody else played Ord? Period.
Ooh. Me.
No, I have not.
No.
All right, Kenny, we'll go find some air quote gameplay videos of this game.
Oh boy.
I really would love to see a reaction. So Ord showed up.
Do you know what MS-DOS is?
So Ord, period, has 62 achievements, which is a lot for a Ratalaika game. It's in the visual novel genre, but I don't know. And it's got weird
And
values.
almost all the achievements let you get an achievement with a different letter of the alphabet.
Yes.
It's very good for that.
It's good for letters. People
Well,
used it
the
for
achievement
GTES
art-
bonuses, right?
The achievement art isn't even
yeah.
the first letter of the achievement title.
Yep, and it's got X's and Z's.
Yeah. Fancy
And Y's
H's.
and Q. I believe it has a Q. Has 2 Q's. It is a.
Did you
it's a
find
good
any
letter
gameplay
game.
yet?
No,
Keep
I just
looking.
seen
Scroll
words.
through a long play video. Look for the sequence, Bruce.
A long. Oh boy.
So basically, it's, I guess the best way I could describe it is like a choose your own adventure game. So you start off and it says
It's
This-
like a tiny text game.
it's a
This looks like-
it's a large text adventure. Like Zork.
This just looks like the visual novels without the visual.
It's just a novel, right? Exactly.
Yeah, they
That's a
call
good
that
way to that's a good way to
It's
say
more second grade reading level.
Oh, look. Something happened in the video. It's raining.
it. Oh, you spoiled it. Yes, I was going to say that. Yeah, so it's very if you think Gato Roboto was minimalist, this is minimalist. So you
Oh yeah, I've played.
This is stupid.
It's actually not stupid.
It's stupid.
I like the premise.
If you, yeah, it reminded me
You're
of very old school RPGs or text-based adventures back in the very old days. So you wake up.
So did you say that there are Yeah, go ahead. I have an epiphany, I think, but I'll let you
Go for it.
explain it. Well, I don't think you've said the key phrase yet. There's three
Taco Bell.
words you pick from, right?
Actually, there's I think only
Typically,
two.
Oh, there's only
I
two.
think it depends.
Okay, well, I didn't play too
Okay.
much, but I definitely got. I did the first one called Quest. Oh yeah, what I started to say is that I put this in my game collection for Crab coming up. For Crab and for RTDL, so through 3 of them showed up in RTDL, and 1 of them showed up in Crab. So I was like, yes. So I got the achievements I needed to get. There is RNG involved, so like it starts off saying, your alarm is going off. What do? Hit snooze or wake up, and from there you decide if you want to stay home or leave. And once you leave, then you find a dungeon to go through. So, but it's not guaranteed that once you pick
4
the
to
same
5
option.
hours of this.
Yeah, that's where the RNG comes in.
Yeah,
So-
RNG. Yep.
So once you pick an option, you're not guaranteed to get the same next question every time. So you have to hope for the right
Yeah,
question to come
so-
up and pick the right answer.
Yeah, and almost every achievement has a guide, and it is individualized to that achievement. I just linked one to you guys. The achievement in question is called Fraternal.
Period.
And if you just look at that guide, that you have, it's probably 8 pages,
What
5 to
the
8 pages
hell?
worth of text for this one achievement. And there's RNG involved.
Wow.
So it's definitely not a quick
What
game.
the hell is this?
I'm telling you, it's more than meets the eye. It's a transformer.
So you could even get 3/4 down that solution, and then if you don't get the RNG, do over.
Could there be less of a Kenny game possible?
I think you would like it.
If you're not going for a completion, which I don't think the completion's too bad if you really wanted to spend some time with this, but I
It's a
used
story.
it to get certain letters, and it's kind of cool. That rain thing that you said you saw earlier.
Yeah.
You pick an option, and I can't remember what it was, but it has to do with rain, and then it starts raining, so it gives a little bit more to the just text on screen. I like that part.
I mean, to be honest, I would probably play this 2 times before I would even think of playing Chivalry 2.
That's gonna be a good game, and I'm gonna rub it in your face.
That was good.
I'm gonna mute everything on your audio.
So, did you ask what you were going to ask before, Nate?
So I kind of had an epiphany of what the title means, unless you want to tell us what that is. My understanding is that this was a game where you're given 3 options, like A, B, or C. And then, so I was thinking the answer is, the title is actually or D. So A, B, C, or D. But that's not the case, because I see a bunch of these screenshots have like 2 options. Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's not true. So, oh well.
Interesting.
Wonder what it really does mean. Is it some programming thing?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I know a lot of programming stuff, and maybe ordinals or something like that, but
Ordained minister, ordinary world. Could stand for anything.
I don't know. I still like or D.
I like it too. It's good. Well, I think from what I've seen from the community, is this game is very polarizing. There were some people that actually did enjoy it. I think Nico Montoya said he really liked it. I think Mr. Vulgar said he hated it.
At least Devin has a
I
right
haven't
opinion.
played it enough to hate it yet, because I haven't. The 4 achievements I was going for, I actually got pretty easily going for them.
Put on your tag, you coward.
It looks so. Sure, I'll put it on my tag. I don't care. I'll put it on my tag and just
put it on your tag.
Uninstall
stream it. I want you to stream it and have the community scream which things to pick.
Okay,
so
that's actually not a bad idea.
Before I looked up the guides of the achievements I needed, I played a few rounds without that, and it's basically whenever you get a game over, sometimes you get an achievement. So it definitely throws achievements at you if you like that kind of thing.
Well, there's 62 of them, so they better throw them at you.
Yeah, I did a few playthroughs. Like I said, I was aiming for some of those hard letters. Like I'm looking at them now. I got my X and a Q and a U in there. And I probably played this for 15 minutes or so. And I did kind of just do random stuff just to see what would happen, and then kind of go for these certain ones. But
all right, so you have
I think it's fine.
12 achievements, and I have 15, so more or less the same.
Okay, so
he just said that he's better at this than you.
I have a weird typography question. So the achievement art is the first letter of the achievement title. So you have like Galactic, but then you also have
Goodbye.
Where's it? Goodbye. Okay, does Goodbye have serifs or no serifs?
Goodbye looks like Cosmic Sans. I don't know typography.
Okay, so a serif is like a fanciness. So it's like a little.
You're right.
I almost said dongle.
Galactic is more fancy than Goodbye.
Yeah. So like, is there a reason like some of those might have a serif versus a non-serif font?
I think it's just any repeated letter has that.
I can't remember. I don't see a lot of differences in the ones I've unlocked. They actually all are pretty plain Jane. But yeah, there are a handful of them that the font definitely changes.
Yeah. Oh man, I may have to play this game.
They're also all either 16 or 24 gamer score achievements.
Oh, good point. Yeah, people care about that.
Are any of those fonts wingding?
No,
they all look like real letters.
Oh.
There's no goofy clown letters.
Would make it better.
Well, I'm not sure if I would recommend this game or not. It's definitely unique.
The points for that. It is definitely
unique.
unique.
It is unique.
It almost.
And it's only $5.
it kind of reminds me of the whose line is it? What's that one where you're completing sentences? You're like putting words in.
Mad Lib.
No, it's an Xbox game. I'm thinking.
Typo Man.
No, someone is screaming at the computer right now.
Heimrich.
No, you hate this game, L.
Tell us more about it.
Movie.
Doodle God.
No. Crap.
Sir, the Insult Simulator.
Yes.
Really?
It's the Sir games. It's the Sir games.
Wow.
Yes, it's the Sir games.
Naming random games.
It's Oh Sir, the Hollywood Roast, and Oh Sir, the Insult Simulator. It kind of reminds me of those in that I want to try it, but man, getting that completion is going to be brutal.
Just don't worry about the completion.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, yeah. There was that other game I did like that. It was called #War Games. Is that what it was called?
No.
I mean, that's a game.
I mean, that is a game.
Isn't that a Wales Interactive, like, you're never going to complete this because it's buggy and...
No, because it was like that, though. It was also like that.
It was an
RNG,
FMV.
But it had RNG elements to it, too. You have to go through over and over and over until you figure out what you're doing.
Oh.
But you are right. They have removed that from the store. You can't even get it anymore. And all achievements have been discontinued.
Well, we need to find who that hero is.
Wow. Okay, then.
All right, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, bud. What have you been up to?
Oh, my gosh. So you guys have talked about games that you like. Mm-hmm. I am going to do the complete opposite.
Oh, no.
I don't normally like to talk ill of games, but I won't be too mean. The game I played was Genesis Noir. Now, I had been looking forward to this game because it looked cool and stylish and different. And oh boy, is it definitely different. It's also cool and stylish. So there are things to like about this game. It is very, very stylish. It is a black and white game. I don't remember. No, there actually is color, but the majority of it is black and white as you're playing through. You then have to go and just figure out what the heck you're doing. That's a big problem with this game, is that you don't really ever know what you're doing. So it's like a point and click.
Sounds like a problem.
It's a point and click with very few context clues. So a lot of times with a point and click, you'll move your cursor over something and it will change, right? Or there'll be a button that will show you all the highlightable things in the scene and you can do stuff. I started this game. Maybe the problem is when I played it, because I tend to play late at night. I started the very first play of this game weeks ago when it first came to Game Pass. This game is not that old. No joke. I spent 5 minutes, about 10 minutes into the game. I sat there for 5 minutes having no clue what I needed to do. There's no go back.
Wow.
You're just looking at a screen. You're moving the screen around. There's a bajillion things on the screen, and you need to do something. And okay, the cursor does change sometimes when you go over things from like a teeny tiny minuscule dot to like a little circle or something, a teeny tiny circle. So you get this tiny clue, but the whole screen surface pans. So you have a lot of real estate to search and scan to find what to click on. Now, I think this game has a story. It starts out like it has a story. I mean, you're basically trying to solve a murder. I think that's where the game starts out, but then it goes off on this weird tangent where it just starts talking about black holes and all kinds of like fringe, like astral science. It's very, very weird.
Really?
It's very out there. It is so out there. It reminds
I would not have thought that just looking at these screenshots.
It reminds me of like an indie animation film, or like a Beatles music video. Like it is so very out there. The music is really kind of cool. And a lot of times the actions are tied to jazz music. So there's
I
actually
see that.
Yeah, there's one part of the game where you're actually kind of doing some freestyle jazz where like you're kind of like playing what somebody else played. So like you're just kind of following along. So like he'll play a little riff, you play a little riff. He'll play a different riff, you play that same riff. And then it kind of opens up after that where you can do like a little bit of freestyle. And that's kind of cool. I wonder if the game is like responding to what you're doing. It sort of seemed like it was. Like I was like doing a little melody, and it sounded like the melody was kind of based off of what I was doing. So I think that's kind of cool from a programming and a music side. So there's cool stuff there. The game took me about 3 to 4 hours, and I very quickly stopped trying to play it and figure it out. I very quickly moved to a guide because there were just things that I had no idea what I was going to do, and like no idea what you're supposed to do, and it was going to take forever. If you are saving to play this game until it's about to leave Game Pass, do not do that. Or if you do, follow a guide religiously. If you really want to enjoy this game, and this sounds like a great game to you, and you look at it and it looks great, start it now. Start it now, because if you're going to explore everything that game has, you're going to need time, because they have some weird, trippy animations and kind of stuff. So, I mean, if you like the style, there's a lot of content here for you. And that's part of the problem, is it just takes a long time to get through. You can't really skip the animations. I mean, there's no way out of them. So once they start, you're going. By the end of the game, I just kept thinking, oh man, I wish this would stop. Probably like people are thinking right now about me talking about this game. They're like, just let it end. There's a problem with the game in that, and this is probably what happened to me, is every now and then, and on some levels it happens very frequently. I'm thinking there's one level at the very end, which is really kind of cool. They have this really cool like camera movement that's like zooming through a whole bunch of different like stacks of animation. It's very cool. It's like you're moving through cells of like a Disney film. And that's how they're showing the scene and the animation. It's really cool. So there's a lot of really cool ideas here. But when you get to the bottom of that and you see the final thing they want to show you, there's this bug where you can't select. And that's what you need to do. You need to click on the thing and it'll back out. And it just won't let you select. I think that's what happened to me at the beginning of the game. As I got to a scene, something got goofed up in the game, and I couldn't click on the thing I was supposed to be able to click on. Now, you can fix that by pausing and unpausing. I did not know that right away, and that's probably what gave me kind of the bad taste initially of this game. But that does happen throughout the game. I had that happen multiple times. Like I said, towards the end of the game, it happened a lot on one particular level, or one particular part of one particular level. So yeah.
So you would just get stuck?
You would get stuck. You could move the screen. You could move the cursor. You would click on things. You could actually click on the thing you're supposed to click on, and nothing happens. But if you pause and then unpause and then click on the thing, it does what it's supposed to do. So I think that's what probably happened to me at the very beginning of the game. Before I knew this, I was clicking on whatever it was I needed to click on. I think there was a bottle or something. And I was just like, but the problem was, because it's talking about the multiverse, there's like 10 of you and there's like 10 bottles. So I'm clicking on this one bottle and it's not doing anything. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have to click on the bottle, or one of these bottles. And it just wasn't doing anything. I think that's what it was. I think there was this bug where you have to pause and unpause and then you can click on the thing. So I don't know. If you like the style of this, if you like anything about what you're seeing, that's what the game is. The game is very stylish. It's really hard to follow the story, but yeah, I don't. If this game's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, you're gonna know right away.
Looking at the screenshots for this, the thought of playing this as a point and click sounds awful.
It's
because
it's weird.
There's nothing pops out. It's all very much the same bluish gray color palette. And yeah, I can see why you or anybody would have problems finding anything in this game.
And a lot of times, I just stepped away. Are we talking about Chivalry 2?
Wow.
And the movement in Chivalry 2 is so slow. Like, So in Genesis Noir, like a lot of times you have to walk left or right, and it's just super slow. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking poorly of this game. If you want to play this game, go ahead. Good luck. Have fun, buddy. But wow, be warned.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, it's got a 2.7 rating, so it's like just above average.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the animation. I really like the style of it. But as a game, oh boy, this is.
And if it makes you feel even better, you don't have to pay money for it.
Yes, I'm glad I don't have to pay money for it. And it did take me 3 to 4 hours using a guide.
Did you buy it, Nate?
No, I did not buy this. No,
Hey, Game Pass, man.
Oh no, it's in Game Pass
and xCloud.
Let's see. So this is a recent release, so it's classified as action adventure. That definitely sounds like it needs to be changed.
Yeah, I would call it.
I was just going to ask that. Yeah.
Point and click headbanger is what I would call this.
What about puzzle?
I could see puzzle.
The reviews I'm reading all talk about solving puzzles.
There's one section in particular that's very puzzly. Yeah, I can see that. I think action adventure is way wrong. I should probably do something about that because, yeah, it's not great.
There's also no walkthrough on TA, so I'm assuming you used the random YouTube video.
So on TA, a lot of I won't say all, but a lot of the achievements have a guide of sorts. I think it's one of those things where someone has a walkthrough video and they tell you, oh, here's my walkthrough video. So that's a little bit annoying, but yeah, I used a website. So I searched, I searched for Genesis Noir walkthrough. I found a website that basically had each puzzle or each world that you're visiting broken out into a page. And that kind of keyed me into how the game actually works. And then I was like, oh, okay. I sort of know what I'm doing now. Whereas before, just playing the game naturally, I had no idea what was going on. That walkthrough actually helped. And like I said, it took me 3 to 4 hours with that walkthrough. Without the walkthrough, it would have taken forever, especially with that annoying bug where the thing you need to click on it becomes unclickable. So, yeah.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, I had high hopes for this game because the style just looked off the charts. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
It was Game Pass, so no harm, no foul.
Now, is there a PAL stack called Mega Drive Noir?
I will not play that, even if there is.
Okay, good.
I'm ashamed that I got that.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's a terrible joke.
Even if there was a stack, like let's say it came to the PC with achievements, I would not touch it. Although it might actually be easier on the PC. But I would not do it.
All right. Well, let's get into some news. There's been some pretty big things that's happened this week. First thing, it's just a rumor, nothing official yet, but supposedly the next Kojima game may actually wind up being an Xbox exclusive. I imagine that means something to at least Nate and L. Corey, does that ring any bells for you? Do you care?
No.
Well,
I didn't think so.
Let me phrase this for you. Let me see if I can make this more attractive. Do you like long, unskippable cutscenes?
No. I whispered no.
If
you didn't
then
hear that.
okay, yeah.
Totally did not hear that.
This will do nothing for you then.
I like long things.
Yeah, I'm looking up Kojima games. I know he has Metal Gear Solid history. I don't think
That's a pretty big one.
Any kind of substantial amount of time in any of his games. I know it's big news. Not big for me.
I kind of think that this thing that they're trying to do where they take an old game developer, I'm sorry, not an old game developer, where they take a storied game
he's
developer.
He's almost 60, so he's pretty old.
Who's well known for a certain series, and then they haven't done anything for a while, and then they bring them back and say, oh, this is going to be awesome. They're going to make this awesome platformer with the backing of Square Enix, and it's going to be awesome. And then you get garbage. I'm a little worried that we're going to get something like that. Like that people are just putting him too high up on a pedestal. I mean, that's what the baby simulator was, right?
Death Stranding.
It was like the Tetris / Baby Simulator Death Stranding. Yeah.
It was a little bit of everything.
It's all over the place.
UPS walking simulator in the apocalypse.
I mean, it's kind of cool that Xbox gets one of those, I guess, and we can put it at the shelf and say, "Look, he did that. We got it on Xbox."
That right there is the biggest thing. It's just the sheer fact that he has mainly just been a Sony guy. All of his games, they go to PlayStation. They're exclusive over there. Xbox usually doesn't get them. But now here, he might be making an exclusive title for the Xbox, which is also great because it'll go right into Game Pass. And that's also, just a great way for Xbox to try to break into that Japanese market where it's not a thing. Xbox is not a thing in Japan.
I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the thing to know is that it will have to be a new IP. It cannot be Metal Gear, and it cannot be Death Stranding 2.
Yes, Sony owns the rights to them.
Right. So new IP's fun. I like new IPs, but he does make weird stuff. And even without playing Metal Gear, I've heard enough to know that is weird in and of itself.
Snatcher. Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you, Corey. I haven't played any of his games really, so...
So young.
Doesn't really do it for me, but at the same time, it's like, oh, this is cool news for me as an Xbox guy, but his games, nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never really too into Metal Gear Solid, although I do love, I don't want to spoil anything about it. I mean, I know it's super old, but like this one game mechanic that this one boss has is like mind-blowing.
If they can make that into an entire game.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So, I mean, the guy comes up with weird, wacky stuff, so maybe he's got one more left in him. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Metal Gear Solid. I wasn't really into it too, to be honest, but it is just iconic. Like, you still hear... Right. Like, I hear the kids watching their stupid YouTube videos, and you still hear the... Yep, exactly. The surprise sound.
Yeah, that is a very, very iconic video game sound.
And just the whole walking around in hiding in a box. Yeah.
It's on the Switch, right? Like that's one of the things in Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Yes.
I know Metal Gear's bonkers, but I've never played it.
Would you say it's popping?
Popping? I don't know if that does anything for the Gears, though. Which, Gears Pop, we got even more Gears Pop news. Well, I guess not really news. It's the devs are making the game even easier.
Well, and they have made it easier, and they are going one step further.
Yes.
Almost Marvel Heroes style.
What do you mean by that?
So do you remember Marvel Heroes Omega?
Yes.
All right, so in that game, when it was going under, they made all of their loot boxes basically free, right? Like there was it's been a while, so my recollection is a little fuzzy. There was a currency that you used to get them, but they pretty much gave everybody a good amount of it, and it only cost one of the currency to buy a loot box. So you could pretty much open loot boxes all day. At this point, I can't even remember what they gave you, but it's a fun time whenever they do that. And over the past week, the Gears Pop team have increased rewards in chests, and there are an abundance of special hordes, which are the co-op mode basically, that have these chests in them, and you can get 3 of these chests in some of these hordes. And we have certain decks that we run that make them extremely fast to get through all 3 waves, to maximize our efficiency. And it has made leveling to player level 20 and getting a max level pin very, very easy. It is almost trivial to do that now.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Right. So, for example, I don't know the pin count, but epic pins in particular, they max out at level 12. You don't have to get as many as common, obviously, to level them up either. And in some of the hordes, you could get upwards of 500 of those pins in those crates. So I pretty much went balls out for like 3 days, but only during work hours. And I got
your balls out at work.
I didn't think about that sentence before I said it. And that pretty much, like, I've played a decent amount of Greeter's Pop, but nowhere near what some of these people who've been playing really since the start have put in. I took a huge hiatus from the game, but I got my level 20 super quick, max level player super quick as well, and I'm still going. I think they're going to be making this even easier. When the day that this podcast drops, I believe the very last supposed update to the game will come out, and there's a bunch of loot boxes in the store that still cost crystals, which used to be the paid currency. Now you seem to get them, correct me if I'm wrong, Koosh, in the Omen chest, and then sometimes randomly, like, this glitch occurs where you get like a ton of chests in your inbox, and they contain random amounts of crystals.
That's nice.
And so those loot boxes that cost those crystals still existed, and they still exist today. There's one in particular that costs 2,500 crystals. It's the best, quote unquote, their best chest that you can get. They are minimizing that down to 200 crystals. And all of these are going to have increased coins and pins counts in them. So what those will be, we'll see when that drops. But I have like 2,500 crystals, and I'm going to be spending all of them that day, in hopes to just get as many cards as I can, many pins as I can maxed out. At this point, most people have a majority of the game done. There's still 2 very skill-based achievements, and that's getting to gold, and then grindy ones, getting seriously, which includes 1,000 versus win. So I think if you're just now starting the game, there's almost a 0% chance you're going to complete the game. But if you have any kind of progress, you put in a decent amount of hours, maybe when it launched, maybe you put in 10 hours or something, there's a chance that you can get a very good amount of achievements done in this game, especially in our crew, our squad, or whatever it's called. It is super active right now. You can pretty much throw up a horde or open the app and see a horde pop up pretty quick. And like I said, we have pretty much 2 that we're throwing down constantly, and we can knock those out in a minute or 2. And you can go back and forth and just go and go and go. At this point, personally, I am kind of done with the game. There's no way I can get enough wins that'll be worth my time necessarily. I might try to go for Gold League. The problem with that is that they have announced that on April 24th, which is like a day and a half before the game goes away, they are resetting the player pool, and it's all going to be one shared PvP pool. I don't know what that means, but it kind of might mean that getting Gold League will be discontinued at that point, and thusly, seriously, if you never hit Gold League. But maybe they put us in a shared Gold League and that auto pops. Who knows?
That would be great.
Up in the air. I'm really excited about the cheap loot boxes, just because who doesn't like opening a loot box?
Right.
And
see, I made the mistake of spending all my crystals and a bunch of coins.
See, that was me too. I spent like 2,400 like 3 days ago. Like, what am I going to use? Because I didn't know what I was going to use them for. I thought the last update was done. I think they said it was last, and then they said that this one will be the last.
Yeah, I went through and I just spent. I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. Let's see what I can get from the game, and like I just spent all I have, and now I literally have 0 crystals.
Yeah, I do feel it always feel a little bit bad for the people who spend a lot of time. I don't really feel bad for the people who spend a lot of money in the beginning, but the people who have been in here all the time and see how much they've played, and these level 20s are getting in so quick, but it's the nature of the beast, and they do have. There's been quite a bit of completions in our crew. I know I don't want to name names because I'll miss some, but the people who put in time have very easily come and got their completions, and some of those guys are still sticking around and helping people with hordes, and some people are helping the people that are close to getting Gold League get there. So that's really cool to see.
Oh, I'll name names.
Go ahead.
Chip uninstalled the game. He's a jerk. Mike Pitch uninstalled the game. He's a jerk. Koosh helped some people out today. Can you tell us about that, Kooshy?
Oh, yeah, I just uninstalled the game.
I was waiting.
Yeah, so Jables and Toad style Venom, also known as Stan, were really close to gold and just kept bumping up against the ceiling and just couldn't make it in, which is real frustrating, especially with a timer. So there's a strategy where you can just all hit search at the same time, and you have a better chance of matching up that way with someone you know who will let you win, and so that's what we did. So
yeah, that's convenient.
So Mad Lefty got Jables all the way up, and then Stan eventually matched with me, and we got him into gold. And
that's so awesome. I love that.
As we get more people into gold, it's just really easy. You know, people are getting real close. We can just have a coordinated group that just has
nice.
Did you match with Lefty at all?
I did not match with Lefty. I matched with Jables once, and I fed him some kills because he needed pin kills. So yeah. Now, let's not poop on the people who've been playing for a long time, because.
But it's Chip. Come on, I could poop on him all day. And wait a minute.
Okay, well that's true. But a lot of the people that have been playing for a long time have been posting strategies, have been posting all kinds of stuff. Of course, super helpful. Now I played it a lot when it first came out. In fact, I was told to stop talking about it. Is how much we were playing it when it first started, and then I got.
Oh, it was great when it first came out.
Yeah, but then I got annoyed by all the, all the basically nerfing and the balance changes and all that. And I just got the stopping point for me was when they released that RAM pin, and I said, "What?" I said, "No, I'm done," and that's when I stopped playing seriously. And then, so I had put in a lot of time though. So when I came back just recently in the past week with this most recent update that they put out, like it was pretty easy to get over the finish line. It just meant a lot of hordes, which if you spend all your crystals, it's not a big deal. The way to win the game now is hordes. You go in there and you do hordes, you get pins, you just get a ton of stuff, and you will eventually get a lot of gold because once you max out a pin, the next time you get that same pin, you get a ton of gold instead. Or a ton of coins. Yeah, a ton of coin instead. Sorry. So, I mean, if you've got time, you have a chance at completing. But you just have to put in a lot of horde time. And the nice thing about the hordes is beating a horde gives you a gold level chest or whatever their super duper chest is, and that contains a horde.
Oh yeah, you are constantly replenishing. Like hordes and your coins will not matter. You can upgrade everything you get, and you will never run out of coins. I guarantee that.
Yeah,
I started out with 800,000. I think I got down to maybe 400,000, but now I'm up to 4 million.
The sad thing is the game is super fun again.
It is.
It's broken.
Like, why couldn't they do this a month ago?
It's broken, but it is fun broken.
Okay, so now you're making me want to play.
The game is fun again. So, yeah, and thank you for everyone that's been in there forever. And like I said, posted the strats and all that stuff. And, I can see those guys. I can see those guys wanting to go away and take a break and never play it again. And that makes sense. So, yeah. But I wanted to stick around just in case there were some people who need to get over a hurdle or two or do whatever, and a lot of people are doing the horde, so I don't need to. But getting over that line, we have a whole bunch of people who were in gold that could help. So
yeah, so it used to be that the max player level 20 and the pin max were the two that people had trouble with, right? So now those are the two easy ones. So I know
they're still time consuming, but yeah.
So I opened the game. I was looking at my hordes. Which ones is it that you want? Because I've got 100 horde token things.
I think Brumac incoming. Is that what it's
people
called?
have been doing Brumac and
Brumacs and Thunderlands are the two with the 3 waves. So what you want to do is you want to click on the horde, and if you see that it has 3 waves and you get those 3 chests, especially the gold chest, that's what you want to play. Those 2 in particular, we have really quick strats in order to get through them super quick. There are
I've got like
hordes,
20 of between all of those.
Yeah, there are hordes out there that will say you get one of this pin, one of this pin, and one of this pin. I'm pretty sure that's all you get in those. So do not. You can throw those away.
Just throw those away.
And then the really good, the other good one is the Santa ones, which, obviously only came out at Christmas time, so you may or may not have them. You don't get a lot of variety, but you get a very large amount of a specific pin, and like I said, an epic, like 500 epics in one chest. That's pretty good. Because like I said, you only have to level epics up to level 12. To max them out.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a whole bunch of the.
Come play with us, FuFuCuddilyPoof.
And if you don't have any of the chests, good news. If you join someone else's horde that has that horde, as a result of winning that horde, you will get a pin, or you'll get one of those hordes, so you can run yourself eventually. So you just keep doing them, you'll eventually get them, and everyone can share them around. So.
I know in the last couple of days I've done hordes with both Corey and Nate, and a lot of other people.
Maybe I'll jump back in and try to get these last two achievements.
You can do them without even looking.
You
just throw some wretches down, and the girls that just run straight ahead. And
well,
you don't even have to.
Sounds great to me.
With someone that has high pins, sure. Someone that has a lot of pins and has played a lot, sure.
I didn't play a lot. I got them. Used to do a few hordes. Devin just started back up. He got to level 20 in a couple days. They really just make it super easy.
I'm level 15 at this point.
You can get to level 20.
Like I'm
easily.
You can get to 20 easily.
You'll get to 20 so easily.
Okay, well in that case I'll do that.
Yeah. And do you have any crystals, Fufu?
I have no crystals. Literally,
spent them all.
Then never mind.
I didn't spend mine, but once you max out a pin, they're pretty worthless, right? I mean, unless you're trying to get the ones you play with all maxed out.
Yeah, I have personally 10 friends who have completed this on my TA list. 9 of those have been in the past, week that this has happened. So very much kudos to them. But like you said, Mike Pitch and Fire Chip are a jerk. And everybody else is cool.
Yeah, I've got 5 achievements left. Get to level 20, max a pin, get to gold, spend 100,000 power, and then seriously pop. I know I'm not going to get seriously pop. There's no way I'm going to be able to beat 1,000 battles between now and then.
It's not going to happen.
So that's sacrifice.
Yeah, but you can get the other two.
Very close to a max pin.
In terms of TA, you're looking at 650 TAD for those 2 achievements.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy if you look at it. Like I know it's easier to complete, but almost it's only 1%, but almost 700 people have completed the game. That seems pretty high to me. I was not expecting such a high number.
I was actually expecting more when you.
Well, I mean, the like 100. I don't know how many hours I've spent in the game, but like I said, I put in a decent amount of time in the beginning, and I put in a crap ton of time in before, and like that spent 100,000 power. I'm at like 42%, and in the past 3 days, I know I've spent like, however many hours, and it's been up like 10%. Like that's a lot of playing. Whether you're good or not.
I'm at 53% for that. For spend 100,000.
Well, you also have to remember you are playing optimized hordes. You know the strategy to beat it, so you are winning them super fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is something.
And some of those hordes aren't even timed, I think. So you could play one that's not timed with someone else who's
super
also
defensively.
Someone else who also just wants to, get kills and spend power, and you guys can just, grind it and just. Milk it.
Let's do it, Corey.
We're recording a podcast.
Oh, right. That's right. Okay, never mind.
Should probably
let's do it later, Corey.
Yeah, milk it.
Good point. Let's hurry this podcast along so you guys can go play.
Okay. Well, in that case, what are you picking up on the sales this week, Nate?
I'm gonna buy some more crystals and gear pop.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
A year ago.
The sales are not great, and that's okay because they've just been doing a whole lot of them lately.
And Game Pass is a thing.
Yeah, I pretty much only want to recommend Seasons After Fall, and I've done it before. It is a fun puzzle platformer. It's really pretty. It's 6 to 8 hours. It has a walkthrough. It's $2 down from 10. Check it out. This is a great game. That's all I got for you. It's a weird week.
All right. Yeah, very weird week when you're only recommending one. Well, I've got one game I'm kind of eyeing up. Dungeon Rushers. Have any of you guys actually played this?
Nope.
Negative.
I looked at it, but no, I have not played it.
Yeah, when I actually meant has Nate played this because I didn't think that the other two of you have. I said that wrong. It's a turn-based RPG dungeon crawler. Genre sound cool. It's $15 down, and it's now $15 usually. It's $3 now. Really good sale. It looks kind of interesting if you like your turn-based RPGs. I don't know. It looks kind of interesting. I know nothing really about it.
Looks like it's got unobtainable.
Yep, one unobtainable.
Yeah, that is the only problem with it. So, completionist beware, but I don't know. I might pick it up. Elle, what are you recommending or picking up?
Well, I'm recommending some easy stuff, but enjoyable stuff too. So, I don't think I've seen Glass Masquerade come up in quite a while. That's an actual puzzle game, a jigsaw puzzle game.
Get it?
It's $3. I don't remember it being that low. But
that's a steal.
It's 4 to 5 hours, but the list is straightforward. You get an achievement for beating each level, and it's just relaxing. You can do a puzzle a night. Grab your significant other to come play and help you out. I enjoyed that one. If you like Zirata-Laika games, there is a visual novel called The Language of Love that I'm really surprised I don't hear more about, because I think for my money or your money, it's got to be the quickest 1,000 that there is. It took me 2 minutes to get the full 1,000. You don't need to look at a guide. You just have to skip all the dialogue.
That sounds like a Ratalaika game.
And it pops. And another visual novel with a little bit more to it is, of course, the prequel to 2 Nightstands called One Night Stand. Or as Corey likes to say it, One Night Stand.
A trip to IKEA.
Yes, exactly. So basically, you wake up in some girl's house, and there's underwear scattered around and all kinds of stuff, and you're like,
spoilers.
Oh, that's not a spoiler. It's the premise of the game. You have to solve what happened, and you do that by clicking on stuff around the bedroom, and there's like a bazillion different ways the story
it's
can
a
go.
Ratalaika game. You just skip the dialogue and get done with it.
No, it's pretty funny dialogue. Oh, Corey, speaking of Ratalaikas, I completed League of Evil.
Hey, that's one of the best ones.
Do you remember what level you were stuck on, by any chance?
No. No idea.
Well,
I had to,
I remember
I'm trying to
which
look at
one I was
achievement
stuck on.
timestamps. Can't tell.
It was the last
What would that
level in Chapter 2. And there's one where there's like this briefcase that's a real pain in the butt to get. I must have died well over 100 times. Well, anyway,
Sounds about right.
I just wanted to tell you that I completed it because you told me that I had to complete it, so I did. And that's a Ratalaika that's
good job.
not created equal. It's worth 1,300 TA. But I said to myself, if Corey can do it, then I can do it.
Well, of course.
Also, Chip did it.
Oh, so really any blind person can do it then? You just imagine Chip swearing at this game, throwing controllers. Definitely be worth it. Let's
Sounds
go!
about right.
You're not picking up anything, Corey? Nothing? Nada?
Nothing. I'm dried from the major sale, last week's sale, and a new game this week.
I was going to say, he's going to be getting some stuff that's coming up real soon.
Mm-hmm.
That's your cue.
Is that a segue?
Yes.
Skipped like a whole section there. All right.
Coming real soon, Gway.
So this is a spinoff of Coming Real Soon. This is coming super soon. Yes, the source I get my Coming Soon games is TA. They usually do a pretty good job, but sometimes weeks seem a little lackluster, and, well, actually, stuff is coming out. And so last week, at the time of recording, we did not have this info. And so this podcast drops on April 15th. April 16th,
ooh, tax day,
super soon, is Super Meat Boy Forever, and one I'm super excited about. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into that one. And if you are a fan of the other Super Meat Boy, well, this is a completely different genre of games. It is a runner type game. Looks really good. I'm going to be getting it. All right. So now going to the coming real soon section. We have, for the week of April 18th, that's a Sunday. On Tuesday, we have MLB The Show. Obviously, that's coming to Game Pass. We talked about it last week. I just want to point out that this is a stack. So there's an Xbox One version and a Series version.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's
still baseball though, right?
Still baseball.
Oh,
so question.
Still baseball. Mm-hmm.
It just means download it twice to stick it to Sony twice.
Yeah, do you think both versions will be on Game Pass? And your Xbox will
absolutely.
know? Okay.
Well, I guess. I don't know.
Won't be dumb delivery?
I think so. Well, it's not smart delivery because it's two different things, but
it'll know.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't know. The Xbox One version definitely says, I mean, it's TA, so they're using what they have. Both, if you click on both of their pages, they do say Xbox Game Pass, but that's probably based off the vagueness of the article for that game. But anyways, that's coming out on Tuesday the 20th. There's more stuff coming out. I'm just going to pick a few like I always do. This one I picked out mainly for Kenny's sake. It is a puzzle/management game, and it is called Buildings Have Feelings Too. And it is a game about buildings, like the actual building. They have like feet and I guess emotions and stuff. And it's like a town that's crippling and being demolished, and you gotta manage it to bring it back up to a bustling metropolitan center full of shops and whatnot. So the premise looks cool. I don't know how much management, how quickly it would lose me, but I do like the art style and the premise. If you put a face and feet on inanimate objects, I'm all over that.
Gross.
Have you ever read the book Peanut Butter and Cupcake?
No.
Oh
No,
man,
never even heard of it.
It's a great book.
Is it a romance
you
novel?
should look it up. It's about
Kids'
friendship and endearment.
What age range is that?
Oh, probably like 4 to 6.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll make you chuckle deep down in your belly, and you'll go together like peanut butter and insert random food. That's the hook. And eventually he finds jelly, so you know it makes the rhyme. Okay. Anyways, yeah.
Well, I just type in peanut butter and cupcake, and all I'm seeing is peanut butter cupcakes, and now I'm hungry.
Well, you probably got to add children's books to that search. Anyways, Thursday, the 22nd, that is when Buildings Have Feelings 2 comes out. And that's TOO, not the number 2. Also on that day is a game called Smelter. And if you like 16-bit 2D action platformers, then I suggest you look into this one. However, it is not only side-scrolling platforming. They also have top-down strategy levels. Very peculiar to put these two genres into one game. But you upgrade stuff and you get elemental action skills, it looks like. I don't know. I dig the style a lot. And yeah, that's called Smelter, and that comes out on Thursday the 22nd as well. Again, a lot more stuff coming out, but a couple more to mention for Friday the 23rd. Moonrader. Moonrader is another 2D action adventure platformer type deal, also in that 16-bit genre. If I had to pick like one of the styles, I would pick Smelter over this one. I did put this one down because it kind of had my hint at a Metroidvania, as some articles state, but it does seem to be level based. So it seems like it's more platformer than Metroidvania, if that's indeed the case. However, again, if that's your style, look into Moon Raider. Also on that Friday, the 23rd, is another game called Ant Venture. That's one word, Ant Venture. The ant like the insect. And I'll just go ahead and read it. And it's typically not my style of game, but the art style of the game that's what draws me in. And it says, Ant Venture is a point-and-click adventure game. Find yourself in a photorealistic macro world where you immediately manage to ruin the life of the main character, Ant, and foil all of his plans for making his dreams come true. Can you help get everything back in order? And so the cool part is, like it says, it is a photorealistic background and world that you're kind of interacting with, I guess, as this kind of cartoonish ant. I guess that is who you control. I'm not entirely sure on that. But it just kind of oozes style. I'm going to take something Koosh said earlier to me offline, and it kind of, if you've played, is it Amacrog? Is that what it is?
Yes, Amacrog. Yep.
Amacrog. It kind of had a cool style. This one is better than that to me. And it's been out on Steam for a very long time, 2018, and it is very positive as it is its aggregated review score. So if you like point and clicks, this one's probably one to look at. Again, it's called Ant Venture. The only thing I will say about it is that in the description, it says it is the first short chapter of the Ant Trilogy series. However, at least on Steam, I have not Googled outside of that yet. I don't see an Ant Venture 2 or 3, so I don't know if this is definitive or if it's just going to kind of end and never come back. But it does look really cool.
It's definitely a core game, judging by the art style. All right, well, continuing on, let's get into some contests, and really the only contest is the Gamer Tag Challenge right about now. So, Nate, what's up with that?
Hey, I've heard it's April. It's brand new news to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I thought last month was April too, so that's really weird. But okay, well, 2021, there you go. It's Carpe Adam 79 is the gamer tag. And the wildcard game that he has picked is Rocket League, so any new achievement or previous completion is worth 1 bonus draw. The bonus is I Got Id, which is a Pearl Jam song. Achievements earned in ID at Xbox games are worth 1 bonus draw per achievement, limit 1 per game. So go get some.
Cool. All right. Well, time for Brag Camp. So, Corey, take it away.
All right. Completions, as we always start out with. We have Alex RD has completed 200 games. That is way more Metroidvanias than I would like for him to be completing because he is catching up to me very quickly. Sabin Rothschild at 250 completed games. Icefire TN, 300 completed games. Inigo Montoya, 80. One day I'll watch that movie. Is at 1,250 games, and Lucas 1987, 2,100 games completed. Completion percentage. We have Enigma Gamer 77 has hit that halfway point, 50% completion percentage. We also have Retro Chief 1969 at 79%, and we have Wild West 08, 98% completion percentage. Really high numbers there.
Almost there.
In ratio, Hat90 is playing some really tough sports games. It must be UFC, I'm guessing, with a ratio of 1.8. In streaks, RPG Davey is currently on a 50-day achievement win streak. Dude with the Face on 100 days. Joined by Johnny Delicious and Mental Knigget 5 and Dunkos. Elflet 77 is currently on a 113-day achievement win streak, which is a new personal best. MDP 73 is currently on a 250-day achievement win streak.
In Achievements 1, Tony Coconuts has won 8,000 achievements. Sabin Rothschild has won 11,000. Chewy on Ice has won 22,000. Yinga Garten, sure, I hope I got that right, 32,000 achievements. And Mad Eye Pad Eye has won 40,000 achievements.
That is a lot of achievements, Mr. Mad Eye. In Gamerscore, Decoy in 1882, who is Saucy's friend, so he has very bad taste in friends. He has 200,000 gamer score. Wildwood Mike has 250,000 gamer score. LAX Justa, congrats on your baby, 300,000 gamer score. Mike Pitch is a silly jerk, has 600,000 gamer score. Lego Head 1977 has 700,000 gamer score. In TA score, Mr. Jesta has 450,000. iMike0. Is that like the low calorie version of iMike? I guess so. He has got 450,000 TA score. Princeit has 650,000 TA score. Wheezy Fuzz has 650,000 TA score as well. LFLat77 has 700,000 TA. Dude with the Face, 950,000. RPG Davey, 1.2 million TA score. And Mr. G-Task himself, Planting 42, has 1.7 million TA score. Whew. In everyone's favorite category, leaderboards, we have, in, of course, alphabetical order, we start off with Alex R. Davies, who cheats and puts a 1 after the A to make absolute positively sure that he's first in alphabetical order every single week. He is in the top 1,000 of the England Completed Games leaderboard, the top 500 of the Completed Games leaderboard for turn-based, and in the top 10 of England Completed Games leaderboard for Metroidvanias. Ahaizo showed off all of these weird milestones that he got at the exact same time. Top 50 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for card and board, and top 50 of the TA leaderboard for card and board. But he showed it in light mode, so I did not see what he was saying until you cut and pasted it for me just now. Ben L72 is in the top 200 of the TA leaderboard for platformers. Elroy OMJ
Love that guy.
Is in the top 50 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for beat-em-ups, which is an amazingly underrated genre. Turtles is good, Castle Crashers is bad. Hat 90 is in the top 1,000 of the England Gamerscore leaderboard for Xbox One. Kingsman 2625 is in the top 100 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Sandbox. Now, is that like if you have to... Never mind. He's in the top 50 of the Gamerscore leaderboard for Sandbox and the top 20 of the USA Gamerscore leaderboard for Sandbox. Corey, do you want to read your stuff? Come on, read them, Corey.
No, I'm not humble bragging. No, some of them are good. This one is not good. You don't have to read that one.
Games played? That's good. It means that you played them all except for Castlevania games or Metroid games. We know all about it. Top 10 of the USA leaderboard TA Vervainers, Corey. That's good.
I'm telling you, if you play Game Pass Vainers, they will shoot you up there. Thank you, Gato Roboto. Cat Robot. Thank you, Cat Robot.
Correcto.
His mind is blown. All right, I'll skip you then. Sabin Rothschild is now in the top...
Okay, I got
whoa.
Top 50 TAD leaderboard for... I didn't realize that was just Xbox One. But yeah, top 50 TAD for Xbox One Vainers. I'll take that one. And the top 10 for USA for... top 10 USA True Achievement for Vainers as well. Koosh really does not like this genre. He sucks at it.
I am saving it for when it goes out of vogue and I can enjoy it.
All right. All right.
Pretenders. You pretenders.
He also plays other things. As I was saying, Sabin Rothschild in the top 500 of the TA Difference leaderboard for role-playing and turn-based. And Wheezy Fuzz is in the top 20 of the Wisconsin Gamerscore leaderboard for simulation. Now, I actually got a telegram from Mental Night 5.
Breaking news.
Yes, he said, hey, Big Al, I know that you are famous for having the trifecta of being funny, intelligent, and extremely handsome. Oh, thank you, Mental Night. It's very nice.
I need a
screenshot.
But he wanted me to make sure that the world knows that Mental Knight has the trifecta, which is top of the global party leaderboards for gamer score, TA score, and TA difference. And he's such a diva, he wants everyone to know he did it without the 28 Connect required party games. These are his words. Or whatever, have fun with it, make it your own. Oops, I probably wasn't supposed to say that part. Thank you for that telegram, Mental Knight. You are a gentleman and a scholar. You too, Big Al. Aw, thanks, bud. What a great guy.
What a guy.
Wait, that was a text?
It was a singing telegram.
It was a carrier pigeon.
Telegram, right, okay. A back and forth telegram, got it.
Telegram.
That's how that works.
Yeah. I love our community. Except for when they ask us questions like this. Now, tell me this. Who asked this question? Corey.
Fighter X93.
Come on.
It's a community side quest, by
I
the
have
way.
only talked
Hashtag.
about how nice and caring and generous Chip is with his time. And he always comes in our parties and asks if we need help with anything. He never just sits there cursing while he's playing Trials, never does anything like that. Or when he's sucking at Rocket League. No, never. What did he ask?
His question is, what is your too soon game of the year candidate?
All right, so let's put some rules behind this.
Whoa.
And obviously, it has to come out this year. 2021.
Ah.
Well,
Let me
that
go
must
sort
have
my collection.
already come out, right?
Well, yeah, it has to already have come out. Let's, for the sake of some people on this panel, let's say that you don't have to have played it in order to say what your too soon of the year game of the year candidate is. I can go first. There have been some good games that I'm going to go with what I've played, and I've played, maybe a couple dozen. There have been some good games this year. Just to throw out some of the names I have on my list: Cyber Shadow, Curse of the Dead Gods, Kill with Fire, not Balan Wonderworld. So yes, there are some very good games coming out. But like I said a couple weeks ago, right now at this time of the year, I would have to give it to Kaz and the Wild Masks. That's that 2D Donkey Kong Country-like platformer game, and it is just so good. Chef's kiss.
Just because?
Just because. Ooh, I should tag them on Twitter with that. They'll like that.
Yes.
What about you, Nate?
Well, so I've played 12 games that were released this year, and I'd have to say that Genesis Noir is nowhere on that list of contenders, but I have a very short list, and that is Outriders. It seems like this game could be a lot of fun, and if they do right by their players, as the year goes on, they'll support it with end-game content, and it could really just be a super cool game. That being said, I've played it for maybe half an hour to an hour. So there's a lot of stuff I don't know about that game. So who knows?
Still in the prologue?
No, I made it past that. I made it past the unnecessarily long prologue where you don't use any of the skills that you're going to get for the remainder of the game. And I did get past that part. So I actually got some of the skills. I was a pyromancer, just like I am in real life. And I enjoyed the gameplay. And, with a lot of the games I've been playing recently, first-person shooters and such, I do really like that power set. However, back to the question at hand, out of what I've played, Curse of the Dead Gods. Now, I haven't been playing it nonstop, but that's just a great game. I can't find a whole lot wrong with that game. So it's, right at the top of my list right now.
It's one of those games that's like, I really want to play that right now, but so
I'm
much other
chasing
stuff
closures.
to play.
I'm chasing closures. Yeah, exactly.
Small news break on Curse of the Dead God, since we love it so much. There is a free update coming out. It might be out when this releases. I don't know, but they are mixing dead cells into this games.
It's like icing on top of icing.
Yeah.
It's like, where does the icing meet? I don't know because it's all icing.
Yeah, it might actually be out tomorrow, so the day before the podcast airs. I don't have many people who have played this on my friends list, but it's on sale this week for a little bit off, and me and Koosh love it.
Now we can't end with Kenny. That's all I know. That's the one thing I know.
I mean, okay, I guess we can just give the correct answer, and it's obviously Chivalry 2.
Darn you, Corey, for your last minute
It's
rule
going
change.
to be a good game. I'm gonna rub it in your guys'
I said it
face.
had to be out. I said you didn't have to play it.
Oh, okay.
So it technically is an incorrect submission.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm going to stick by that answer.
Let's just see how many games have you played that have come out in the year of our Lord 2021.
He has played at least one. And I'll tell you how I know. Because it's on my list of games played. I guess he didn't get any achievements in it? Did you say you looked at his list?
I thought I did.
If you want to count this, Scott Pilgrim came out in...
Oh, no, he was not
Oh,
with
he
us
wasn't
on
there
the
for that.
stream.
I wasn't with us there.
Oh, that was
I was in the
Devin.
hospital on that one.
Oh, you were in the hospital. You
Yeah.
okay?
Are you feeling better?
Not really. The baby's still keeping me up.
Can
I think
We calling
that
you
you have to
Kendra now?
default to your most recent game then, which came out on December 3rd, 2020. That's the most recently released game you've played. And that is Rec Room.
Oh, well, clearly that's wins.
Still better than Chivalry 2.
All right. Well, I played 5 games that came out in 2021.
Did we not get achievements in that?
Scott Pilgrim.
And
Heavy
which
Metal
game?
Machines came out this year.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have played that, but we haven't. Yeah,
Which
we did
game?
not get achievements on that stream.
I could've
The
sworn we
Heavy
got that.
Metal Machines, like the
We didn't really play
the
that.
4v4.
Oh, that was
we
not
tried.
Great. It was not great.
We tried
I'm
to
just
play
going
it.
down the list and seeing all the games that hasn't been released yet and has been released. I could have swore we got achievements in that.
Oh, thankfully not on my time. All right, so I played Scott
We can try
Pilgrim.
again.
I played How to Take Off Your Mask Remastered, which is another visual novel. That one is like 20 minutes, so it's too long. Crypto by Palgi, which is probably going to win this one. Oh, I did play Retromania Wrestling and Outriders. So yeah, those.
Is Outriders better than Retromania
I mean,
Yes.
yeah,
for you?
yes, probably.
Okay.
Because
Retromania just didn't quite live up to it, huh?
Retromania needs online play. Outriders has that in spades. So I'll go with Outriders for Game of the Year.
Clubs.
For the way
Alright.
too soon in a Game of the Year. Why not? And it's nothing to do with the fact that
There
I have
you go.
69 TA in it. Not at all. Boy,
Nice.
nice.
All right. Well, with that, let's end it there. Thank you all for listening. As always, you can check out all the links down in the show notes. Go ahead and follow us and subscribe to us on Twitch, twitch.com/AH101. Send us some Twitter tweets on the Twitter at Achievements101. Join the Discord, discord.io/AH101. Whatever it is that you're listening to us on, please like and review us. We want to try to grow the show, grow the community. Let's be able to do more. Shoot, if we get some iTunes reviews, we'll even read them out on the show. You can even pick who you want to read
Without
them.
proofreading?
Without proofreading.
For your pleasure.
I'll even
He
sing
wants
it.
that.
Elle will sing it if you want. You can
Wait,
tell
that might
us who
turn
you
people
want
off.
to read it. But most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube, please. youtube.com/achievementhunting101. Go over there. It's free. I know everyone listening to this has a YouTube channel or has a YouTube account. Go subscribe. It'll really help us out with being able to grow a community and whatnot. And if you enjoyed this show, you want to get in on the contest and all the exclusive stuff for patrons, you can become a patron over on patreon.com/achievementhunting101. Thank you for all those that do support the show, and you guys are what keeps this going, keeps the lights on. But with that, class is dismissed. See you next week.
Bye, fella. Love you.
hermano.
Let me tell you something, brother. This is the outro to the podcast, brother. I'm just going to say brother a lot of times, brother. Even if you're a girl, brother.
And what you gonna do, dishes, brother?
When Big Al runs wild on you, brother.
Big L rules ass.
Sandwich dismissed.
I think that's a thing.
Hello and welcome to Waka. I'm Waka Pale, getting unnecessarily nervous about games leaving Game Pass. The Messenger, a pixel art ninja Metroidvania, was added to Game Pass for PC back in the middle of 2019, with its Xbox port joining a year later in June of 2020. Completing both of them on 2 weeks' notice would be possible, but unnecessarily stressful, as they are fairly lengthy completions, with your first time getting all the achievements taking around 20 hours. If you decide to stack it, the second playthrough will be significantly faster, but likely not less than 10 hours. The Messenger tells the tale of a young ninja among the final humans left alive after a demonic invasion. He is tasked with delivering a scroll after his village is attacked by the aforementioned demons. The grim story is starkly contrasted by the game's overall tone and writing, which frequently breaks the fourth wall and is rather silly. The messenger you play as might not be stupid, but he is mostly clueless through most of the game, and I highly enjoyed his interactions with the erudite but arrogant mystical shopkeeper who aids you throughout your adventure. You would be forgiven for not considering the messenger a Metroidvania after playing the first hours, as it just appears to be a linear platformer for a very long time until you hit the fantastic fake ending, which shifts the game into a proper Metroidvania. Given how silly the messenger is, it still manages to have a few cool story moments. At first, I thought the movement was a bit slow, but once the platforming kicks into higher gear, I'm glad you do not move quicker, as some aerial movements get rather advanced. As long as you mainline the game, the platforming is not very difficult, but some of the collectibles require some pretty challenging platforming. The messenger does not have a standard double jump. Instead, it allows you to cloud step, which acts as a double jump, but only between successful attacks on enemies. This mechanic takes some getting used to, but once you figure it out, you barely have to touch the ground if you know what is in front of you. Level design turned out to be my biggest gripe about the game. It's not bad, just different from other Metroidvanias with plenty of instant kill situations. There is an abundance of bottomless pits, which instantly kills you, as well as moving platforms which can easily crush you if you're not careful. The bottomless pits really suck, as it might take a while figuring out which pits kill you and which you can climb down. There are visual cues for most of them, but they do take a while to figure out. There is a bit of a learning curve figuring out the mostly linear world, but once you do, you will fly through the environments you previously might have struggled with. The first third or so of the game also features several highly missable achievements unless you know about them. There's also one achievement marked as missable in the free DLC Picnic Panic, but I don't think it really is missable, as you can chapter select once you've completed the DLC. That said, the Star Messenger achievement for completing the race with a perfect score at the end of the DLC is the most difficult achievement in the game, and will take you plenty of skill and likely patience. It is not impossible by any means, but it is rather tricky. There are 2 achievements I'd recommend you save for last. No Argument Here requires you to complete around the first hour of the game without dying. This is easier than it at first appears, but if you want to make it even easier for yourself, do this on New Game Plus while accepting the deal. To accept the deal, you first have to collect all the collectibles in the DLC. The deal makes you much more powerful, but there is now permadeath. This is not an issue if you just want the No Argument Here achievement, but considering how easy it is to stumble into a bottomless pit or get instantly killed by a moving platform, I would not recommend you accept the deal if you have any other achievement cleanup to do. While the missable achievements are annoying, the achievement list as a whole is pretty good with one glaring exception. I swear it's my first time tasks you with running through a cave in total darkness, and it is not fun. Thankfully, there are decent guides for it, but trying to figure it out yourself is infuriating, as it is quite a long section with plenty of death pits along the way. The Messenger has 1,250 gamer score, worth 3,300 TA on Xbox and 2,800 TA on PC. I highly recommend using a controller on PC. Playing using a keyboard works great to start off, but I found playing it using the keyboard got more and more difficult the more your moveset expanded. The Messenger has a lot of hype behind it, which has left some disappointed. It's never bad, apart from the Dark Cave, but it is a slow burn. Once you've mastered the controls and abilities, it feels amazing running through the levels, cloud stepping and grappling your way through the world, but it takes a while to get there, and you might frequently succumb to the bottomless pits or other insta-kill death traps along the way. That said, the Messenger is very good and well worth a playthrough or two. Have a nice day, everyone.